visits Egypt. Beijing stays silent. Gangs terrorize Long Island. These stories and more on today's Franciscan Beat. Pope Francis has arrived in Egypt for a historic 2-day visit to show a united Christian-Muslim front against religious militancy. The Catholic pontiff will hold a series of deeply symbolic meetings with Egypt's religious and political leaders and participate in an international peace conference organized by Al-Azhar, the world's primary seat of Sunni Islamic learning. He will also show solidarity and bring a message of peace to a country that has for years endured an increasingly emboldened insurgency led by a local affiliate of the extremist Islamic State group. The Pope's Friday-Saturday visit will also lift the spirits of Egypt's large Christian community after 3 suicide bombings since December hit their churches, killing at least 75 people. IS claimed responsibility for the attacks. South Korea is contradicting President Donald Trump on missile defense and trade, while Beijing is silent on U.S. claims that it's raising the heat on North Korea. Trump has said in an interview that South Korea will renegotiate a trade deal and pay for a new missile defense system, which officials in Seoul deny. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said Beijing is threatening unilateral sanctions on North Korea if it conducts further nuclear tests, but China's foreign ministry would not comment. America's top Pacific commander is confident in the ability of a contentious U.S. missile defense system soon to operate in South Korea to shoot down North Korean missiles. But like nearly everything associated with the world's last Cold War standoff, the truth is muddier. Advocates for gun control say they aren't being cowed by a pro-gun White House and Congress. The founder of the group Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, Shannon Watts, says she and other advocates for gun restrictions are invigorated in the face of efforts to loosen gun regulations. Among other initiatives, the National Rifle Association is pushing for federal legislation to make any state's concealed carry permit valid everywhere else. The American Civil Liberties Union says Arkansas may have subjected a death row inmate to cruel and unusual punishment in its rush to use a lethal injection drug before it expired. An Associated Press reporter who witnessed Kenneth Williams' execution Thursday says his body jerked and he lurched violently against the leather chest restraint. The ACLU of Arkansas wants an investigation of witness accounts to determine whether the state tortured him. 2 suburbs on New York's Long Island are in the grip of fear from a violent street gang with Central American ties, MS-13. The gang has been blamed for the deaths of 11 young people in blue-collar Brentwood and Central Islip since the school year began. Some parents say they are afraid to let their children go to school. Teens say any perceived slight could mean death. President Donald Trump says the killings are the result of immigration policies that let too many criminals slip through. In sports, Browns take Garrett at number 1, Spurs Raptors move on, and Rondo doubtful for tonight. The NFL draft opened last night with the Cleveland Browns taking Texas A&M defensive end Myles Garrett with the number 1 pick. Chicago and San Francisco swapped picks before the Bears landed quarterback Mitchell Trubisky with the 2nd pick before the 49ers got defensive end Solomon Thomas. Running back Leonard Fournette went to the Jaguars with the 4th pick, and the Titans grand wideout Corey Davis with the number 5 selection. The San Antonio Spurs and Toronto Raptors have advanced to the 2nd round of the NBA playoffs. Kawhi Leonard scored 29 points, and Tony Parker added 27, as the Spurs eliminated the Grizzlies 103-96 in Game 6 at Memphis. DeMar DeRozan scored 32 points, and the Raptors blew a 25-point lead before downing the Bucks in Game 6, 92-89 in Milwaukee. Chicago Bulls coach Fred Hoiberg said yesterday that Rajon Rondo is a long shot to play Game 6 against the Boston Celtics tonight due to a fractured thumb. Hoiberg also doesn't expect Rondo to be available if a Game 7 is necessary. The Celtics led the first-round series 3-2, winning 3 straight since Rondo's injury. The Ottawa Senators and Pittsburgh Penguins used late goals to win Game 1 of their respective second-round series in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Sidney Crosby scored twice, and Nick Bonino snapped a 2-2 tie with 7 minutes and 24 seconds left to lead the Pens past the Capitals 3-2 in Washington. Erik Karlsson scored on a bad angle shot with 4 minutes and 11 seconds remaining to lift the Senators past the New York Rangers 2-1. In weather, it is sunny today with a high of 73 and will be cloudy this evening. Going into tonight, expect a slight drop to the low 60s. Don't forget your umbrella this weekend because there is a chance of rain both Saturday and Sunday, with a high of 74 and a low of 63 on Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. For Franciscan Beat, I'm Leah Moreau.